Okay, so we have 8 loons, 8 dragons, 4 dragon riders, a blimp. Okay, that's pretty normal army at the moment. Heroes with their usual pets. We've got a rage and what? 4 clones? What can you do with that? So all 4 clones on the tank hall. What's in the blimp? All loons. Holy cow, that's nuts. The entire core is gone. Hey everyone, Siragna here. Welcome to another video. On today's video I'm bringing an attack that I saw in Eric's channel where he covered an attack Qian from KOG did on a wall, and the attack was nuts. Army I use is 8 loons, 8 dragons, dragon riders, 1 rage and 4 clones, and in the blimp you want 9 loons. Now a max clone spell gives you a cloning capability of 38, which pretty much means you get 7 loons per spell, so a total of 28 loons plus the 9, it is 37 loons, which is a lot. We use this army in some friendly challenges and it's so powerful. We also use them against Vatang in our latest tournament war, so let's start with those triples. So this was my attack against Uruk. So it's the base number 1, pretty much everything is max, so I'm starting with the king and queen on one of the sides. I'm using a couple of loons, a dragon rider and a dragon just to get rid of that AD at 3 o'clock, and then I full send the rest of the army in with a blimp from behind. Obviously you don't have any spells for your dragons, so you're just sending, and all of the spells are for the blimp. You put the 4 clone spells spaced out around the base. Once the blimp opens, look at the amount of loons that go all over the place. They get rid of the entire core, like there's no base left. And I used to think, okay, well, if you're calling it on top of the town hall, everything is gonna die to the bomb, but it doesn't. And it also depends on how you put your clone spells as to how everything is gonna work. So on this one we had the king that went all the way into the center of the base, getting rid of the last scatter. We've got the RC coming from 12 o'clock. I pretty much just wanted her to get rid of that AD. And then we still have a couple of dragon riders, we still have the queen, we still have a few dragons that they can get rid of that multi-inferno in the center. So this was a nice triple against Uruk in this Vatang war. And I've got another triple that we had against Vatang, and on that one Trento is the one that did that attack, and it's a little bit different in regards to how you can use the clone spells if your blimp is not getting to the tank hole. So I'll explain in a second. So let's go to the next attack. So here we've got Trento going against CDR, and basically he's starting with his baby dragon at 7 just to create a bit of a funnel. His idea is to go with the king into the eagle compartment. He puts his queen at 9 o'clock, so now that's creating a bit more of a funnel. Then the king goes in. Now he doesn't have any wall breakers, but he's got the yak, so the yak is just going to help the king go through the wall, and it's going to go in. So that's perfect. Now this is on our Clash of Regionals walls, which pretty much our one restriction is we can't use super troops. So this army is perfect for that. Now we've got the king got rid of the eagle. Now he starts with his dragon around 5 o'clock just to create a bit of a funnel, and full sends the rest of the army. Now both of the sweepers are pointing in a direction that is going to be pushing his army back, but he only cares about that one that is pushing his army now because he's going to be pushing his blimp as well. But once this blimp passes the sweeper, it should be able to fly all the way to the town hall. However, the warden ability will wear off, and now with the multi-inferno, the expo, the builder hut and the scatter shot, the blimp goes down on the center of the base. But see how he spaced out his clones and put them kind of like in a path towards the town hall? That allowed all of the clone loons to actually reach the town hall, get rid of every defense that was along the way. Also one of them was the scatters. And then look what's left with the base. And now the dragon riders can get rid of the rest of the defenses. The dragons can get rid of the buildings that are around. He uses his royal champion. Sadly, the royal champion ended up pulling the lava hound, but that's okay. While the royal champion is dealing with the lava hound, all of the other defenses go down to the dragon riders, and the only thing that can be bad for these dragons is the AD. However, the dragons are staying there with the royal champion, just getting rid of the lava pups, so that's gonna allow the royal champion to go to the AD, get rid of it, and then there's no attacking in defenses anymore. And now this attack is so fast as well. It's very quick. So that was well done by Trento. And then on this account, as you can see, I don't have a max clone, which pretty much the difference is that you just get one less loon for each clone spell, which is okay. That's like it, because one of them is max. That means that I'm just missing out on 3 loons, which would be better, but it really doesn't matter. So the same thing, king queen on one of the sides, creating a bit of a funnel, full sending the rest of your army in the center of the base, and then sending the blimp. And then you just start putting the clone spells around the town hall. So if it's a ring base, that's what I like doing. If it's like a wall base like the one Trento just hit, then if your blimp is not reaching the town hall, then definitely I suggest putting the clone spells in that kind of like a pathway towards the town hall. But okay, so all of our loons went down, but it got the value that I wanted. Now we do have quite a few dragons going through that poison of death, which is horrible. So a lot of my dragons are gonna be damaged, but we still have plenty of them. They get rid of the eagle, they can still fly around. We still have dragon riders coming from the top with the royal champion, and pretty much they're just gonna be going around the base. We've got the queen still alive with ability, the royal champion still alive with ability. This attack is just so strong and so quick. I really can't believe no one else had come up with something like this with the clone spells. But I think that against the right base is definitely a very strong attack, and I definitely if you face a lot of ring bases, I definitely suggest using this attack. It's so good against rings. So that was against Lawrence of Ehome. Now let's see. Sorry, so these are friendly challenges. So now we've got Nelson coming in against Benny, and he's practicing it as well. So we just saw it on the channel and we're like, okay, we're gonna practice this attack. So this is another type of base. Again, it's also like a ring base. So the same thing, king queen on one of the sides, just creating a bit of a funnel. Then the full army and the blimp from behind with the clones. That town hall goes down. All of the loons are still cloning up. His loons do stay alive and they start going around the poison, so they're gonna be staying alive for a little bit longer. Everything goes down. He still has plenty of dragons and dragon riders with his royal champion coming from 7 o'clock, and they're gonna be going up. The queen uses her ability. She's gonna be able to get rid of the defenses there at 2 o'clock before she goes down. And then it's just time, like getting enough time for your dragons to fly around the base. The thing is that dragons are so tanky that they don't actually need any spells. Your clone loons are gonna get rid of most of the really high damage defenses, so then you don't really need any spells whatsoever for your dragons, because they can just fly around the base, tanky enough for all of the rest of the defenses. So that was that. Now this one was a friendly war, and the same thing, this is more of a war base. So I put the king and queen on one of the sides. I just want to create a bit of a funnel, get rid of that AD before I send my dragons. I want my king or my queen to go into that multi-inferno compartment, but that's alright. I use the dragons and dragon riders from behind with the warden and then the blimp, and I do use the warden ability nice and early as I'm sending the blimp, obviously, and then also protecting most of my army. Now the blimp is heading towards the town hall. You can start putting your clones around. So I used 3 there around the town hall, and then I put 1 more clone towards the multi-inferno so that they clone towards it, so that they can get rid of that center compartment. So that's what you can do with the clones. You don't have to put all 4 of them into the one area. Like, you can just space them out, you can move them around depending on where you need the loons, and you just need to make sure that those loons do get cloned. Obviously it would be bad if you put the clone then nothing gets cloned, because then that's 3 spell space that you just misuse. But like, if you can make it move around wherever you want them to go, it's perfect. It's so OP. That rage, you use it on the town hall, and yeah, you just start putting the clones around. So here we've got another base, and this was on a friendly challenge against Greg, and this one I'm using Suez, so I do have the max clone spells. So I put the king and queen at 9 o'clock, just I want them to go into that scattered compartment, and then I put my dragons and everything else. Basically, I use the dragons to push my king to break the wall that I want them to go through. Send the blimp from behind. Again, use the warden ability nice and early. They're going to be going all the way to the temple. If it doesn't reach the temple and breaks earlier, then I'll start putting my clones towards the temple, pushing my loons that way. Use the rage on top of the temple. Temple will go down. Then look at all the loons just getting rid of so many defenses, so many buildings. Then I just send the royal champion just to complement the loons that have been flying around there. And then we've got the main pack of dragons still going into that multi-inferno compartment and getting rid of that CC, which is quite annoying. That's the only thing that I'm a little bit iffy about, like not having that poison spell. Sometimes when the super minions come out, they can create quite a fair bit of damage, or if all of your loons die very quickly. I don't suggest using this strategy if around the town hall there's nothing that your loons can get, because then it's kind of like pointless. But if there's a lot of like big structures around the town hall, then I definitely suggest it. Everything will go down so quick, and then the base will be gone, and then you just have the dragons and the queen just to clear the rest of the base. Well, that's the army. What do you think of it? So 8 loons, 8 dragons, 4 dragon riders, but the big thing about this army is the 4 clone spells. Well, if you liked the video, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time with more Clash. See ya.